Great tragedies in Great Britain. The beauty of 3 million people giving silent homage in the streets of London to a tall sunflower near the palace suddenly severed. A flower that had cast its seeds, its pollen in the world's villages, in grassy or craggy places where life struggled, on dark continents, on white continents, on gray and yellow and mythical lavender continents. One whose love had held dark babies or children with one leg, in dark-skinned capital cities with bullet holes, where there were no two-story buildings, but at least a few toilets and some hot water on Sundays, and how villagers she gave her tenderness to hadn't worked in 4 years since the British mines, the American oil fields, the Dutch diamond mines, and the British and American wheat and millet and cotton fields had been mechanized, when the American shipping companies and the British docks had been computerized. But how would they know, or she know these things? They were never told, ever. So, the goddess of their beauty might have understood better why charities were necessary for the helpless millions whose forefathers grew up inside the British Empire of Queen Victoria and George V and George VI and Edward VIII for a few weeks till he ran off to Baltimore. There have been great tragedies in Great Britain over recent centuries. Then Queen Elizabeth II, who for 45 years her singular comment at great affairs of state and public gatherings and royal tea parties was, "Aren't the flowers lovely?" While Parliament paid her bills in African and Polynesian and Asian archipelago coins. There are great tragedies in Great Britain, tragedies, and in all the empires now, notably the exploding American one that is digesting the others, including the British with its thousands of tragedies like all the rest, including the beautiful spectacle of 3 million truly beautiful souls in the streets of London who remember hardly at all at this tragic moment that the health of any house, any castle, cathedral, or parliament building, any university, physics and chemistry and animal husbandry and theater and literature departments are rooted most profoundly in the health of the unseen underground foundations, in the foundations of it all. How widespread, how lovingly conceived were the foundations of all this? What are the causes of things? Where are the roots? How lovely might this severed sunflower have been if the foundations were more visible and more understood and more healthy? What are the causes, the circumstances, the histories, the origins of this tragedy in Great Britain? The one we witness now, the loss of this sunflower, so like thousands of ourselves, but widely known because of the very press which for its own sordid sake made her especially famous, but then whose lunatic fringe just destroyed her, snuffed out this candle in the wind in the tunnels of Paris across La Manche, September 1997.